Hey guys, week 2 is done. It was a completely different week than last week, which is really interesting to look at, but I think it's a more accurate representation of what one could expect from this monetization journey. And it also has left me with some new ideas of how to improve, how to go after my goals in a different way. And I think there's a lot of things I want to share with you. So let's jump into my computer and look at the stats from last week. Okay, hey everyone. So I am in my YouTube studio and looking at analytics. I have selected the period from May 27th to June 1st, which is this last week, and you can do that by setting custom. So this is what has happened in the past week. I've had 480 views, 26.6 watch time hours, plus 16 subscribers. I have also posted 4 videos. Compared to last week, I didn't realize you could do it like I was comparing it on a document, but you can actually do it in analytics, which is great. So if we go to see more, we can see that this was what was happening with each video. To compare to previous weeks, you can simply go up to compare to up here in the right hand corner of this chart and click that and then go period over period. So you can compare different time frames. Blue is this week's analytics and the purple is last week's analytics. So this was the really high video where I got 772 views on this day 3, 26 on the first day. I actually got more views on this new video on the first day than this one that really popped off. We compare from this week's journey to the journey before I even started vibing my channel. I can see that I'm doing much better than I was when I wasn't doing anything with my channel, right? So these views are, down at 0.6 compared to 119, right? So I think that looking at something like this gives me a little bit more encouragement, because I think last week was just, like I said, an anomaly where I landed on a really trending video and I got lots of views. So I will attempt to do that again, obviously, to get those views. I think it's important, but I think also to see the fact that channel is still growing, even though when I compare it to last week, it looks like it's down a lot, but it's actually still up above what it was before I started on this journey. Another thing I wanted to show you that I think was really interesting is I wanted to understand in my videos what is doing well, what's not doing well. So if I go back to the dashboard, I can see that this is ranked 3 out of 10, which is actually 4 because these are tied at 2 right now. I think I want to focus on replicating what happened in these videos because these are doing the best right now. These kind of things are really popular right now. How to get more views, how to grow your channel, how to get monetized, how to get the ball rolling as quickly as possible, how to make money, that sort of thing is really popular right now. So I think that that's kind of what I will focus on. So that is something I took away from this learning. But what I think is really interesting is you can actually go into the video analytics. So if you go into the video analytics, then you can go into engagement and kind of really understand how people are engaging with this video. And it's saying 1.1 more than usual, 4.1 watch hours. Here you can see there is kind of a hockey stick moment happening. So I'm wondering, like, is this too boring of an entry? I've got a white background, my hair is straight. I don't have the best energy, I would say, in this video in the beginning. So I think that it could have been a stronger hook in the beginning to keep people on. But these peaks, you can double click to see what's happening to get to that point in your video and see what you're talking about there. Oftentimes with the peaks, I notice it's where I have some sort of animation going on or some slides are showing up or something like that. Like here's a slide and then it drops off right after that. So people might be scrolling to see what the main points are, and then they see the main point, then they scroll to the next main point, or whenever they see another slide. That could be what's causing those peaks and drop-offs. It also could be that maybe people are getting the concept very quickly with these slides. They understand it, and yet then I'm still rambling on about it when I should just cut it a lot shorter and just get to the point. So I think that that's something I want to work on, is not rambling so much, getting to the point quicker and not repeating myself. I tend to repeat myself, and I think that's because I've been teaching for so long that sometimes students learn different ways. So you like to repeat yourself in a different way for each student. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing here. I think it's probably a bad thing because it might become redundant. I think the ideas in YouTube are a lot more easy to grasp than, say, ideas in architecture and design that are much more abstract and conceptual. So I think that the ideas here are much quicker to grasp, so I don't need to ramble so much or provide lots of examples. Also, I notice where I provide lots of examples, I lose people as well. So I think that that is something to pay attention to. But anyway, I wanted to show that you can actually go into your engagement of your video and check it out here. Another thing I want to point out that is really great for this week, even though the numbers are lower than last week, is that the traffic source is 56 coming from browse, 13% from suggested videos on YouTube already. So this is really fantastic. And I think if I compare this to the week before my first week, everything was coming from external sources like me posting on Facebook. So it's really great to see that my traffic source is still remaining high in the browse, which I want. I want this number to be as high as possible. With the stats this week, it would take 37 weeks to get to 1,000 subs. And to get to what the 4,000 watch time hours would be 143 weeks, so almost 3 years. If I compare that to last week, that video that went viral for me, basically, then that was 4.4 weeks to get to 1,000 subs and a little over a year. So it's gone up a lot. Both have increased dramatically. So based on this week's averages, it would take a lot longer. Again, I think that it's really hard to tell right now. It's really early in the game. I'm only 2 weeks in, but I like to keep this in the back of my mind just to keep me grounded and, focused on the goal. And this also really reminded me that I want to have other revenue streams coming in from YouTube than just waiting for AdSense to kick in after monetization. I think that's a really important thing to learn and focus on because it could be a very long journey to get there. So this is VidIQ, which I think is very helpful for understanding your YouTube channel and how things are doing. And if you're interested in trying this out, I will place a link in the description. If we go into this optimize tab over here, I can see all of the videos I have uploaded recently and the grade that they are giving me based on title and thumbnail, which I think right away is really useful because we can see that this thumbnail was 100 and the title was 88 and it got 49 views 4 days ago. This thumbnail was 80 and title was 85, but it got 61 views and it was 3 days ago. So they're saying that this was a perfect thumbnail, but this one is actually getting more views. This title is 93 and the thumbnail was 85, maybe because it's a little too busy. I'm not sure. Maybe the colors aren't great, but the views are 58 5 days ago. And we can't just depend on the views because it could also be watch time. You want to think of how long people are actually watching the video. So, one view of watching 1 minute versus another view watching it for 5 minutes, you're going to get a very different watch time amount. That's something to consider as well. But I think if you click into a video, you can start to it breaks down what's going on. So it's got intriguing elements, direct description, relevance, value to viewer, use of common formats. What I need improvement on is brevity and keyword usage. And then you can hit these plus or minus signs and kind of look at the title effectively communicates a clear topic. Brevity, let's see, open this one up. So the title is informative and engaging, but it could be more concise by focusing on main message of starting. So it's just saying avoid unnecessary details and get straight to the point for stronger impact. And then keywords, details tab. Okay. So if we go to details tab, these are showing how these are quite weak. These keywords, and the yellow and green is the best, so red is the worst. Here it's showing what would be recommended that you should add in. So I think this is useful. The other thing I want to show you that's really cool about VidIQ is to generate video ideas. The topic I want to talk about is how to grow on YouTube, maybe 2024. Generate. It'll give me some ideas and it will say top related keywords. And then it will give me a title. So grow fast on YouTube in 2024 with these tips. You could refine it to be different. So you could say, make it longer, add excitement, change tone, translate, whatever. So you can change that if you want to. Here's a description that you could just copy and paste. You could read through it. Here are some tags you can include. Look here, there's green tags. So these are really good to put on there. And then it gives you some thumbnail examples. You could download these if you want to. It gives you a hook. It gives you an outline for your whole video, which is amazing. And then you can also generate a script. So you can ask it to generate a script and then you can use that script for your videos. So it also gives you a voiceover. So if you are doing a channel with AI, you can get this voiceover, which is just basically reading through this in a voice. And then you can also get more video ideas. So you can also go to create, get ideas for emerging trends in different categories, recent viral videos, or reinvent them, more topics. It just gives you a ton of ideas. You can go into keywords and kind of look up top keywords right now in your niche. You can look at competitors, like if you have a list of competitors you want to add in. I don't have enough videos really to compare with people yet. Subscribers, what they're watching, and kind of see who they're watching and what's interesting to them. And then top videos watched by your subscribers. Best times to post. So right now my best times to post Monday is 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then there's an area where you can learn and events, if there's any events with VidIQ. There's so much in here that I think is fantastic. I definitely recommend it. And again, like I said, I'll put a link in the description that you can click on to go here and get a free subscription. So that is VidIQ. For this past week, there were a few things that I wanted to focus on, and I actually did implement those things. So I'm proud of myself for trying to improve each week. I think that's really important on this journey, is to always try to improve. Those 3 things that I was focusing on were, I wanted to add end cards to my videos. So I started adding end cards. I think I did it on 1 or 2 videos. I learned about that, so I know how to do that now. I want to edit out everything that is unnecessary, all fluff. I really want to trim it down and make it really direct to the point, get in, get out, get the information you need. And I did edit a lot more last week than I did in the first week. Lastly, I wanted to ask for likes and subscribes in the middle of the video instead of at the beginning, or just to remember in general to remind people to like and subscribe. So that was something that I implemented last week. For this week coming up, week 3, there's some things I want to focus on, which would be affiliate marketing, because like I said, the monetization journey could be long, it could be short, really don't know. So I think that as we learn, it's a good idea to keep the end goal in mind and how to sustain sustain this would be I need some sort of income because I'm not employed right now. So I think that going down the affiliate route right now would be the best idea for me. So that's what I'm going to focus on this week. I've already started with VidIQ. I've become an affiliate for them. It was really easy. So I will share that, of course, in a future video, how to do that. I also want to really start to dive into the analytics of each video and really capitalize on what is causing the peaks in the video that I showed you on my screen earlier. I also want to use VidIQ to help me get further faster. I have a free subscription with them right now. It will end in 7 days. So I want to learn as much as I can in those 7 days and like use it as a mentor to guide me on what to post. And I also am going to post what they recommend and then post a video that I think is trending and see what happens. So I think that'll be an interesting thing to experiment with. And I also want to test different formats of videos. So I want to hopefully post 3 videos this week. Of course, this is kind of more blog style, like where I'm just telling you about my statistics of the week. But the other video I want to do is a long, like 10 to 20 minute tutorial, and then another shorter video, like 5 minutes of just something simple and quick that you can absorb really quickly and take the tips and tricks and move on. Whereas the 10 to 20 minute would be more of an in-depth tutorial on how to do this step by step. So I'm going to kind of compare and contrast how those do on the channel as well. And something I've learned this week in VRA is to reverse engineer your goal. So with YouTube, you have to ask yourself, what is your goal? Why are you on YouTube? What do you want to achieve on YouTube? I don't want to achieve YouTube stardom or fame or anything like that. I just want to be able to do something I love, help people, and make an income that is comfortable for me, that allows me to work from home, allows me to have more freedom with my family to do things, and gives me a high enough income that I can live comfortably for me. And to reverse engineer that, you have to think about, okay, well, how much would that be a month? How much would you need to sell of certain things? How many ads would you need to have on your things that actually get clicked through? So I think by reverse engineering, it's really useful to get to your goal faster and to understand what it would take to get there. So that's why I'm now diving into other avenues of revenue for building my business on YouTube. And I'm also looking at it like a business rather than just some fun hobby, because in order to succeed on YouTube, you really need to be consistent. You need to show up. You need to provide advice and do research and actually provide quality videos to people so that they can learn from it and that they want to watch your videos and to compete in this huge pool of YouTube videos. So that's another thing that's really important to look at, and also to think about, the niche that you're interested in. Is there anyone even in that niche, or is there demand in that niche? And also think about what you could sell in that niche. By the time you reach midlife, Gen Xers, we have a lot of knowledge that we've gained over the years. We are probably a master at something in life, and you have all that knowledge that you could share with people. How could you make money off of that knowledge? You could get AdSense, of course, with monetization on YouTube, but that might take a while. You could offer consulting. You could offer maybe some quick guides that you could sell. You could also offer ebooks, courses, those types of things. You could build a course on and upload it to Udemy or something like that, and then have a link in your description and say, if you want to know more about this, I've created a mini course on this platform. You can click the link and go there to sign up for it. It's relatively inexpensive, blah, blah, blah. And that way you're providing value on your YouTube channel, but you're also providing an option for people that might want to go deeper with these concepts that you're not going so deep with on YouTube. Think about the bigger picture. What could you offer in that niche? So I would also think about the niche. If you want to, go all in with affiliate links, then I think that you might want to look at things that might be more expensive items. Like maybe you're a cook and you have really great cooking skills, and then on your YouTube page you could recommend really great grills, really great pans, really great cooking utensils, stuff like that, and link it to like Amazon affiliates, and then you get a percentage of that. Or go to top grilling companies or something and recommend their barbecue grill or something, and that's something that might cost $500 to a few $1,000s, and then you get a bigger commission check from that percentage wise than say self-development and you're selling journals that are $5 and you get $1 for each of those. So you'd have to sell a lot more journals to get to the $1,000 per month than if you were selling barbecue grills. So I think that that's something to think about, like reverse engineer your goal. Like how much money would you be happy with? What do you want to provide? How do you want to provide it? Do you want to do affiliate links? Do you want to do courses? Do you want to do consulting? Do you want it to be more passive, more semi-passive, or do you want to actually work more and be engaged with people and that sort of thing beyond making YouTube videos? Because YouTube videos are quite time-consuming already. You just want to break it down into how much time you have, how you want to use YouTube for your advantage, for your business, building your business. I think that's really important to think about, and I thought that was a really useful tip that I learned this week. Hopefully you guys got some interesting information from this video and it inspires you to continue going on this journey. I definitely recommend checking out these videos if you want to learn more fast.